Guarantano now on second down after a loss of 3. Guarantano takes a shot. Coleman, touchdown, Bergen Catholic.
Designed keeper, Guarantano trying to fight 3. Guarantano is into the end zone.
At this point last year, you hadn't really been the full-time starter yet,
right.
But yet everyone knew who you were. What have these last 13 months been like for you, 14 months been like for you, and now you've already committed to go to Tennessee. What has it been like this last year and a half?
Well, I mean, it's been pretty tough just coming off an injury. Had a pretty bad wrist injury, but really back to 100% full recovery. And like I said before, I can't really wait to get back on the field with the team and get back to things the way they should be.
Whenever I talk about the top players in the Tri-State area, your name comes up, and people say, well, how good is he really? You know, and how much do you feel like this season you're going to have to go out there and prove something to yourself and to people who've never seen you play?
Well, I think that I'm a very good football player, and I think that there's a lot of room to grow, and I'm really excited just to get better each and every day and really get on the field and just prove to people why Bergen Catholic and myself are one of the best programs and players really in the country.
Let's look back at last year. Some ups, some downs. What did you learn from most? Did you learn from the losses to Rams Catholic, games like that?
It was a lot of ups and downs, but it really showed how tough the team was, really mentally and physically, just because it's a pounding every week with the schedule we play, and mentally just going each game in and out and really having to get after it. It really takes a toll.
To this point, the most pivotal play in the game. 2:13 to go in the fourth. Bergen Catholic by 4. They have the first down. They might have 7. On the run is Guarantano. He is into the end zone.
There's got to be pressure on you, man. You got to feel a little bit of pressure. Even now in the middle of the summer, you got to feel like people are expecting something. They're expecting big numbers, they're expecting wins, state championship. I mean, how do you handle that?
Absolutely. I mean, there's always been pressure going through my football career, and now more than ever, just knowing that it's my last season, and I'm really trying to win a state championship for the Bergen Catholic and for the kids, the students, everybody. And I mean, there's a lot of pressure, but I really just try to get through it each and every day with my teammates, and don't really just worry about that, just worry about working hard each and every day.
When you commit to Tennessee, and it's a hard commit, and that's where you're going, the fans start following you. They start wanting to know more about you. What has it been like from people from 1,000 miles away getting to know you?
Well, I think that Tennessee fans are really one of the best in the country, best fan bases, and I'm really glad that I made that decision to go to Tennessee, and I really feel like it's one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Has there been any point, I'm sure people ask you this, is there any point where you thought, like, maybe Ohio State, maybe Alabama, any never doubt, but anything ever creep into your mind?
Well, yeah, there's always thoughts that are saying, what if I would have picked here or would have picked there, but when it comes back down to it, I really think that Tennessee was a great place and it's the best fit for me.
That's over with now. Recruitment is over with.
Absolutely.
Do you feel like, because I heard about your recruitment before I ever heard about you as an actual player.
Absolutely.
Are you glad that's over? Are you glad now that you're months removed from it that it's over?
Oh, absolutely. I think that ever since my recruitment's ended, I've been becoming a better football player by each day, just because of the pressure and not having to think about that stuff and the stress level. Just being able to sleep really just impacted me, and I'm really glad that it's over, and now I can just focus on winning a state championship.
One of the things I've heard about you, and one of the things you say a lot, is you say about you're a pocket passer. You go through your progressions. You're more of a pocket quarterback under center. Then I watch your highlight tape, man. I see some plays where you just take off and you look like a running back. Is there any part of you that is maybe a little bit more of that dual threat than maybe you even realize?
Well, I think I came into high school more of just a really pro-style like pocket passer, and then I think as time grew, my body changed, and I started developing speed and that type of stuff, and I kind of turned into a dual threat type of guy. But I really still feel like I can sit in the pocket all day, and really with Coach Nuns' help, that's what's helped me become a better quarterback instead of just a really good athlete.
And again, we say about pressure. Do you feel like you have something to prove? I mean, do you feel like when you step on the field for week one, you have something to prove?
Well, I think that I'm my toughest critic, and every day that I want to push myself, and I always have something to prove to myself. So I mean, there's always outside sources always pushing me to get better and pushing me to do better things, but I think my toughest critic is myself, and there's really one goal in mind.
Now, from a team standpoint, obviously you lose some guys. Last year, you go down with injury, and some other guys stepped up. I mean, just how is the team coming together now? What does it look like going into week one?
Oh, I think that we have a great team. I think that every position we have a lot of depth, and really just the offense looks really good. The defense looks spectacular the past couple of weeks, and just really excited just to form together as a team. And September 5th, we can't wait.
Tough start to the schedule, and obviously IMG on the schedule in week 3. I mean, you hear about them. That's a factory. It's a football factory. I mean, how do you feel like the team's going to stack up?
I think that we expect to win every game. We prepare every day like we're going to win every game. And I mean, there's tough games at IMG. I mean, they have every position is an All-American, so I think that we're just going to stack up pretty well and have to play tough football, keep the game close.
You can't be one of the top recruits in the country as a quarterback without committing a lot of your time to football. But what do you do outside of football?
Outside of football, hang with my best friends, hang with my 6 best friends and my girlfriend, and really just play basketball or something, just always messing around.
Basketball? Any chance, any future in that?
Absolutely not. I'm awful, but I love playing pickup basketball.
So you're all in on football. You're all in on sports.
Ever since birth.
Ever since birth. You've been raised that way. Your dad, I think your dad has instilled that in you. How much of a influence has he been in your life?
Oh man, me and my dad are best friends, and just having a guy like that in my life really truly impactful, and I love him more than anything, and I'm just really glad that I have a father.
At what point did he realize that you may have been born to be a better athlete than he is? Because I think at some point you're going to have to surpass. He proved it at the college level. You haven't done that yet. But at what point are you going to be able to say, Dad, I might be a little bit better?
Well, I always mess with him about who's faster and who throws the ball better. But I think that he already knows the truth.